Whether or not we're aware of it, every time we interact with an animal, we're learning something and the animal's learning something. Now, whether the animal's learning what we want it to learn is another story altogether.
For instance, some dogs drag their owners around on walks or even wander on leash as if their owners don't exist on the other end. If you let your dog walk this way, then you're training him to walk this way, and he's training you to let him walk this way. If you want him to walk politely on a loose leash, you have to first modify your behavior so that he'll modify his. We can best do this if we understand the two principles that guide learning in all animals. Let's look at these learning principles. Here's a little demonstration to illustrate the first. Watch and see if you can tell what this chicken's learning. He's learning that the sound of a click means a treat's coming. This is classical conditioning or learning by association. When two things are closely paired, the animal learns to associate them with each other. If you watch closely, you can tell that this chicken understands the association. You've probably heard about classical conditioning and Pavlov's dog. In the early 1900s, a Russian physician named Ivan Pavlov took a bell, which is meaningless to dogs, and paired it with food. Meaning he rang the bell and fed the dogs, rang the bell and fed the dogs, rang the bell and fed the dogs again. After many pairings, then when he rang the bell without presenting the food, he got this: a drooling dog. What happened? By pairing the bell with the food, the bell took on the same meaning as food, so all of the physiologic changes the dogs had in response to food, they now had in response to the bell too. So when does classical conditioning occur in real life? It occurs all the time, every day. For instance, when we're training our dogs, the dogs are either learning to associate training and their trainers with good things and fun, or if we use lots of force and yelling, they associate us and the training with pain or fear, or they find the whole thing boring. In this program, we'll focus on making training fun, so our dogs will be happy to do what we want. That was classical conditioning, or learning by association. Here's the second type of learning. In this demo, I want my dog to put 2 feet in the box, but I'm not going to tell her what I want. See if you can tell how she learns.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
So how did she learn? By trial and error learning, also known as operant conditioning. Operant conditioning was worked out by a scientist named B.F. Skinner. In this type of learning, animals repeat behaviors that work and avoid behaviors that don't work. As with classical conditioning, trial and error learning also occurs every day.